Here is the uncomfortable truth. If your retrieval is bad, a better prompt can make your RAG system look smarter, while making it more wrong.
Exactly. Prompts can only work with what the model sees. If the retrieved context is missing, noisy, stale, or off-topic, the prompt is polishing bad evidence.
And that matters because teams keep treating prompt edits like emergency medicine. The answer looks weak, someone tweaks the instructions, and everybody pretends the pipeline is fixed.
But the failure usually started earlier. Retrieval decides the model's world. If that world is incomplete, the model will confidently reason inside the wrong room.
So, in a real RAG system, what does that failure look like? Not in theory, on the dashboard, in production, where somebody is getting fired or promoted.
You see patterns. The model cites irrelevant chunks. It answers from one partial paragraph when the real answer is spread across 3 documents. Or it picks an older policy because the newer one never got indexed.
Give me a concrete one.
Support bot for refunds. A customer asks about international returns for damaged items. Retrieval pulls a general refund FAQ, a shipping policy for domestic orders, and an old warehouse note. The prompt says be accurate and cite sources. Great. Now the model gives a neat, sourced, wrong answer because the correct exception policy never made the top results.
So, the prompt did not fail. It obediently wrapped bad retrieval in good manners.
Right. That's why prompt magic is dangerous here. Better wording can reduce rambling, improve format, maybe increase caution. It cannot summon a missing document or connect facts that were never retrieved together.
Then why do teams feel like prompts helped?
Because prompts can change the surface area of error. They can make the model refuse more often, hedge more, or quote the retrieved text more closely. That can lower visible hallucination while leaving the root cause untouched.
So, before touching the prompt, what should engineers inspect first?
Start with retrieval traces, not generated answers. For a sample of real user queries, inspect the top K results, scores, document timestamps, chunk boundaries, and whether the expected source even exists in the index.
That sounds obvious, but most teams jump straight to answer quality.
Which is backwards. If the answer is wrong, ask 4 things in order. Was the right content ingested? Was it chunked sensibly? Did retrieval rank it high enough? And did the model receive enough of it in context?
Let's make that practical.
Imagine an internal HR assistant. Employees ask, how many weeks of parental leave do contractors get in Germany? The policy exists, but it lives in a regional appendix attached to a global handbook. If your chunking split the appendix header from the entitlement table, semantic search may return the handbook intro and miss the exact allowance. Then, the model generalizes from full-time employee rules. Nicely phrased, completely risky.
That is where stakes get real. Wrong answer, legal exposure, trust gone.
And notice how tempting the bad fix is. Add a stricter prompt. Only answer from provided context. Be conservative. Cite your sources. Fine. Now the system either gives the same wrong answer with citations or refuses too often. Neither solves retrieval.
So, what are the actual inspection points that separate winners from losers here?
First, corpus coverage. Make sure the source of truth is actually in the index and kept fresh. Second, chunk quality. Chunks should preserve meaning, not slice definitions away from tables, qualifiers, or exceptions. Third, retrieval relevance. Look at recall, not just top 1 precision. The right document must appear before the model can use it.
And fourth,
Query document mismatch. Users ask in messy language. Docs are written in policy language, product names, or old terminology. If your retrieval can't bridge that gap with metadata, expansion, or hybrid search, prompts are irrelevant.
give me one more example where engineers get fooled.
Developer Docs Assistant. A user asks, why does token refresh fail after rotating the client secret? Retrieval returns a setup guide, a generic auth overview, and an outdated migration page. The real answer is buried in a changelog note, saying old refresh tokens are invalidated after secret rotation for one auth mode only. The model explains OAuth beautifully and still misses the operational fix. Engineers then add a prompt, saying reason step by step. Now it produces a longer wrong answer.
Longer wrong answers are extra dangerous. because they sound earned.
Yes, fluency creates false confidence. In RAG, the strategic advantage goes to teams that can audit retrieval quality directly, instead of judging the system by how polished the prose sounds.
So if someone says, our RAG got better after prompt tuning, your first question is what?
Show me the retrieval before and after. Same queries, same corpus, same evaluation set. Did the right evidence appear more often, earlier, and more completely? If not, you probably improved presentation, not truth.
And that changes how you work. Less prompt theater, more pipeline discipline.
Exactly. Inspect ingestion, chunking, ranking, metadata, freshness, and context assembly before you touch wording. Because in RAG, prompts shape the answer, but retrieval decides reality.